Small account challenge, day one. Want to know how we did? Stay tuned. All right, y'all, what's going on? It's a little chilly in the house, so I got a little blanket around me. But let's talk about it, man. Small account challenge, day one. How did it go? Well, it went well, considering I didn't lose any money, but I didn't make any either. So let's talk about how that worked out. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Now, here we go. What was going on? So for me, the only thing that I saw pre-market that was moving was IMAC. Now, it was one other stock, but it didn't have any volume. And for me, you got to have a minimum of 500,000 volume for me to even consider playing you. Okay, so and I'm talking pre-market. So IMAC was bubbling. The problem was, if you look at the pre-market, it was it was just hard to literally delineate where I would buy this stock. Okay, let me see if I can. I want you guys to see what I saw. You know, this is what it looked like prior to. So let me go ahead, and this is how I back trade, by the way. I just moved the screen back. Okay, and then this is what I was looking at. So where, here was one of my definitive areas that I was really interested in. It was just hard because it was just moving up. Okay, so no matter what, I'm like, man, I don't know where to exactly get into this. Usually you can find a pivot or a pullback. I couldn't find one. Okay, and so when I don't know for sure, when I feel like I'm speculating, then I just won't play. And I felt like I was speculating. So one of the things I did is I clicked on the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Fibs is a great way of looking at a swing low to a swing high, or a swing high to a swing low, and to figure out where it might retrace to. Okay, and so I clicked on this fib here, and I please try not to be so loud, Camille. I clicked on this fib, excuse me, and I pulled it up from I always, some people only measure the bodies. I don't care about that argument. I get their argument, but I measure price. If the price has been there, then it's part of the measurement. That's just how I see life, and it's okay if we all differ on this, but this is how I see it. Okay, so when I measured this, the 50% line was down here at the 134 area. Okay, so that was one area I was interested in at the open. And then you can see the MAs were very far away. This was a hard one to just jump into. And then we see here this 154 area. Let me go ahead and move this line. This also is a line that is worth, basically every line here, not my horizontal lines. I'm talking about every fib line. When you see a number, there's a line there. Let me move this so you can see. See, there's a line there. There's a line here at the 38% line, 50%, the 61%. So there was one here which, when I saw that line up perfectly, and I had already had a horizontal line drawn here, I said that might not be a bad area to do it. But of course, I just didn't. It was speculating, and I don't like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and tell you what ended up happening for me. Okay, so let me delete the fib. Okay, I end up. Let me go ahead and pull this screen. I was going to put an order in at 155. I actually did, and then I canceled it because it halted. And when stocks halt going down, it halted at 169. You never know where they're going to open up at. I've seen, this is experience. I've seen something that was running all day halt here and open up down here. And if you put an order in here, they'll still execute you even though you got skipped. Okay, I've seen some crazy things happen. And so whenever I see something halt going down, I just go ahead and take a step back. Okay, and so here it is. It came here and it did it. Okay, but it halted twice. I want you to understand it. It halted twice, and it halted at 150, at 160, I think, at one point. And so you don't know when these are happening. Hindsight is always 20/20, but you have no idea what's going to happen out of that halt. It could open down here. You have no idea. So that's what took me off of this stock, and I just said it's better to watch. And then of course it broke out, and then I said, okay, the next best play for this stock, I always look at the biggest volume candle. Okay, let me go ahead and go back. Prior to that candle that we're going to look at, The next best opportunity, in my opinion, is the low of this volume candle, which was at 155. Here's they show you the lows right here at 155. If it would have came back to 155, I would have been more than willing to test that theory to see if it was going to hold up, because it shows me that all the buyers are here. This is where they started. I'm interested, okay? But this thing keeps raving, and it keeps going and going and going. So I'm like, oh, wow. And then it put in this candle here. Now, this is the new king, okay? This candle is king at this point. The low of this candle is 254, okay, right here. Okay, so now if I'm willing to take a shot again, I'm going to take it there. But it halted yet again, right? And then it gapped down. It was ugly. And I just said, nah, I'm cool. But let's watch what happens, though. Look, it pulled right into 255, 254 area. And look what it did at the end of the day. It shot. Boom. This is why I'm always willing to test the strongest buy candle. You know, and if I was a shorter, I would be testing it the opposite. But I don't short. So, you know, I just wanted you guys to see that this was an opportunity. Didn't work out, and that's just life. Now, I did put an order in that I did not get executed at. I was very disappointed in this. Okay, so other things were moving, and I checked this one out, and I said, okay, perfect. I had this line drawn here off of the pre-market, and then of course look at the first big volume candle came down. The low of that candle was 226, and this pre-market candle, I was willing to test this at 231, okay, because that's where my line is drawn. Why did I put an order in at 231? Man, this thing came, it touched this first candle, and it came to 231. I didn't get executed. So immediately I let this candle close, because you don't know. Let me show you like this, because you don't know what's gonna happen, right? You see the hindsight, but right here it came in and it didn't execute me. I wanted to be in here, and I let the candle close to see, you know, if it was gonna at least come back. It did not, and then it opened this next candle. At this point, this thing can go either way. You have no idea. So once I didn't get executed, once I didn't get executed, I essentially canceled the order. You know, and maybe when it came back the second or third times, I would have got executed, and look what it did. It finished strong, and I would have had a 10% win, and there's nothing I can do about that. I didn't get executed. I would have held through that to see. My stop would have been simple. Once this candle closes, okay, this is how you get good at stops. When your entry candle closes, because I play on a 15-minute candle, I would have went 5 cents below the low. Okay, so if this thing would have dropped to 225, I would have been out, and I would have been okay with that. Life goes on. Better that than it drops all the way down to 2. You didn't execute. Now I've done that before. Okay, so this is how you live and you learn. All right, so that's pretty much the end game on that. Now, for a friend of mine he was asking me a couple questions in regards to what type of software I use. Of course, you guys see I use TradingView, but here's the plan that I have, just so you know. Okay, so my plan is the Pro, which costs $29 a month, and then I pay for extra data. Okay, I pay $2 a month for ARCA, $2 a month for OTCs, $2 a month for NASDAQ, and $2 a month here. So I pay an extra $8 on top of that. So let's just call it $10. And basically I pay $39.95 a month for my particular TradingView setup, which allows me to see the extended hours the way that I like to see them, and it gives me access to the listed stocks that I want access to, and of course the OTC market, because every once in a while I'll trade an OTC. And so anyhow, that's the plan that I have. That is the setup that I got, and you know, that's pretty much what I'm doing. So I just wanted to update you guys. This is what we had on day 1 of the small account challenge. So we're still sitting at 1,000. Okay, and so we're gonna keep that dollar amount running as we move on through this year that we're gonna do this challenge, and we'll just be ready again tomorrow. And so to wrap it up, man, no trade today. Life goes on. I'm pretty happy with the fact that I was ready, that I had my order set. I just didn't get executed, and sometimes it happens. And we'll just be ready for it tomorrow. You know, you ain't gonna lose no sleep. We're just gonna let it be. But hopefully this answers questions that I was getting from a few of you people. I believe his name is Harry. Harry, good job, man. I appreciate all the questions and the comments. I really do. And I'll keep the content coming for you guys. We'll just keep growing this one day at a time. And it's like we're gonna grow this account one day at a time. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.